understand that it's not about getting rich or we all gonna get Lamborghini. No, it's all about freedom, right? Freedom and ending the slavery. Okay, we
Correct.
all are on this hamster wheel, which gonna kill us. We all gonna end up working 50 years and gonna be dead after that. So, somebody is manipulating our money. The money we are working for is coming out of thin air. That's a bullshit, right?
Precisely.
Yeah, it should not. First, cryptocurrency, right? Bitcoin came with a first Genesis block message, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you ever heard that message,
I know it well.
chancellor of brink of a second bailout, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the message was loud and clear that if you are in capitalism, you cannot go and rescue the people by printing money, because we are working for the same money. If somebody has screwed this business, let them die. That's what real capitalism is. But you cannot
Correct.
just print and steal our value and give it to them. They got
Correct.
the millions of dollar in executive bonus, not us, right? So they
Correct.
deserve the death if they screwed that business. That's where it started, and Bitcoin got launched after 40 years of research. We got successful, you know uh,
Mm-hmm.
double spending problem because it's digital, so somebody can spend twice. Somebody resolved that problem after 40 years of trying
That's
and
right.
trying, and it got launched.
That's right. From
Now,
69 to 2009. That's accurate.
exactly, right? So then what happens? So he has to open source the code, right? So that people believe in that why it is a central bank with 21 million Bitcoin and nobody can make more or nobody can print more. And he is giving a gift to the humanity that go and try this yourself. And if it works, it's a gift from me to you, that nobody can now steal your money or value from you, right?
Yep.
And what we people did is we copied that code and came with the Bitcoin 2, Bitcoin 3, Bitcoin 4, and Bitcoin 20,000 right now.
Yep.
Okay? So now the question for all these, people who joined the crypto is, okay, we have a problem in existing system. Now, how are we going to figure out that the crypto versus Bitcoin, or which is the cryptocurrency? That is the header here. What is the real cryptocurrency, or which is the real one? How I'm going to identify it? So for that, as Negro mentioned already, you have to understand tons of stuff, right? Politics, money, computer science, engineering, energy, everything. Now, for an average person, it is out of their range to understand all this stuff. That how I can end. I am coming from a software background. I started with the crypto and I got lost from day one. That what is this shit, right? And started digging into it. Came up with understanding the money, and the
Right.
picture got very clear. So I'm just gonna give my 2 cents how you can identify what is the real cryptocurrency here. First of all, you have to understand the difference between commodity and security. If there is an issuer, it's an security.
Boom.
Means I will never buy Negro's money. I will never buy ATX money, because that's not money. That's Negro's money, right? So
Right.
to be a money, it has to be neutral. Okay, there is no name attached, right? It should be an open network. It shouldn't be censored by anyone. Then
Correct.
I can use that as a money, because I want to spend it without getting censored, right? Or without
Correct.
getting. So that's first thing, right? It has
Yep.
to be neutral. It has to be commodity, because commodity can be money, security cannot. So
Correct.
there shouldn't be an issuer. That's number one. Second is you have to come up with, you have to understand this. Here, everybody's a scammer, including me. So who you will trust, right here? So everybody's coming with the 30,000 line of code, and here is this is a better Bitcoin, or this is better, ABC coin.
Yeah.
So how I'm gonna believe that token gonna work and how it's gonna work? So remember that every code can have a backdoor. Every wallet can have a backdoor. Every DeFi can have a backdoor. Every damn thing in a software can have a backdoor.
Right.
So if you buy any token just by trusting somebody because I said so, what you are doing is you are putting your wealth in something which can have a backdoor. You wake up one day and all your money gone, right? So you have to understand that you have to check that code and verify, or somebody should have verified at least by thousands of people and agreed that it does not have a backdoor, then you can go and trust that. Then how it is humanly possible that if somebody is coming with everyday new blockchain or new token, that it does not have a backdoor? It's impossible. It's impossible to download 30,000 line of code and verify each and every code and say yes, it is approved, it is approved. No. What is humanly possible? We have to agree on that one code, right? Then only the crypto can work. And I'm not saying it's Bitcoin or it's Pulse chain or it is Ethereum. No, I don't know what is that, right? The time and market will tell that
Correct.
which code is verified and what people should trust, right? So humanly, but it is only possible that we can only verify one code. So that should help you to find who has verified that one blockchain code which is working and establish the history without any hiccups. That
Right.
can be a winner, right? And
Correct.
only
Correct.
one will win. There is no multiple, because this is a protocol war. Remember that.
Yeah. I try to
So
explain that to people, but they don't want to hear it.
yeah, so you have to, and then you have to see the network effect, where the network effect is going, why El Salvador has picked one cryptocurrency, why Tesla has put one cryptocurrency on their balance sheet, why MicroStrategy is only buying one cryptocurrency, why BlackRock is only introducing one ETF, and why Switzerland Lugano has only made legal tender one cryptocurrency. That should give you a clear signal that somebody is adopting only one network because it is verified by thousands of people around the world, and they assure that there is no backdoor in this, and that's why the one protocol will win, right? I'm not saying it's just Bitcoin, but it
Hmm.
can be anything. But
Yeah, I
you
get what you're saying. But what you're
yeah,
saying is true. Like they picked what they want to be the winner is what you're trying to say. Because that's exactly what it is.
yeah,
Because when you look at the big picture, they've been trying to push through Bitcoin ETFs for years, right? Like this year is not the first time. This year is the first time BlackRock says, "Hey, it's time." That's what's happening. Because for the past 5 years, Bitcoin's a scam. J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, only drug dealers. All the big mouths are down talking crypto. That's what we have seen nonstop, literally since the start, right? And when there's positive comments to make, they make them, but otherwise they down talk crypto. Now that's not the case anymore, right? Now the tone has changed. Now they're saying, "Oh, Bitcoin is going to be the one we're going to say is the store of value because guess what? That's the one the broke motherfuckers can't buy and get rich off of." That's why. That shit costs 5 figures. So that's why that's the one being picked. That's important to understand because guess what? You cannot buy all the Bitcoin. Nobody in the chat can buy all the Bitcoin. Period. They can. They can. In fact, they have access to I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of stolen Bitcoin that they've confiscated from other scammers. They, the government of the United States. So that's the real reason why they're picking Bitcoin because you got to understand how the beast works. They're
That
going to
they
pick.
actively spend too.
Well, oh yeah, well shit. There's a website, and I gotta find this website. I'm gonna find this website and post it. There's a website where you can go and see when they're actually auctioning off Bitcoin. Like,
yes, that is true.
yeah,
Bitcoin was used by very early days, and they confiscated
tons of
from
it.
the individual, right?
Oh,
Because
like you remember what's the name of that website? The
Silk
Silk
Road.
Road. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Silk
Silk
Road
Road.
website. Hmm.
Yes, and
That's one of the big
they
ones.
confiscated and they are selling it slowly,
Hmm.
right? And
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
the power of this freedom money is you cannot
Yeah.
stop anybody, right? I cannot stop Negro to hold 100,000 Bitcoin, or nobody can stop me to hold 1 million Bitcoin, or nobody can stop Michael Saylor holding 150,000 Bitcoin on MicroStrategy, right?
Right.
So that's an open market. If somebody is creating more value, obviously he deserve to hold more Bitcoin because he created the value. But the beauty of this, nobody gonna print the Bitcoin and give it to them, while in an existing system I can print it and give it to Negro some dollars because he's my friend, right? So that's the difference between a centralized money controlled by one entity and a decentralized money controlled by no one, and with the hard limit. So you have to understand when the money gets fixed, how it's going to help you, right? So money definition is store of value, medium of exchange, and unit of account.
Yep.
The currency we are using is can do only two things: a medium of exchange and unit of account. Cannot hold the value. If you store $10,000 under the mattress and open after 10 years, it's almost worthless, right? Or you
Right.
can buy only 50%, and depends which country you live in. If you open in Argentina after 1 month, it is worthless. If you live in Turkey, in 2 months, it is worthless. In Sri Lanka, it is overnight worthless, right? So it depends in which country you live in.
Mhm.
So while in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency you pick, you have to understand the issuance of it, whether it's a commodity, whether it's a security, and the most important is it has to be limited. If it is unlimited, remember the value comes from the scarcity and not from the utility. Okay, because the
Well, that's an opinion. That's an opinion. Value comes from wherever people see fit. That's a fact, not from where the code says it comes from. That's just not true. This is why
no,
we
I
got
mean
meme
if you
coins doing
negro,
fucking,
I,
you know.
I understand what you're trying to say, but I will, by applying the physics and mathematics, will disagree, right? I mean, you can
I
put,
got you. No, 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 no.
yeah.
Never
What I'm
mind.
trying
Never
to
mind.
say is
Yeah, you're good.
that
You're good.
if let's say if we have a gold and gold is outside of your door and everybody's door,
Nah, you're
gold
good,
will
brother.
not have any value.
No, no, no. You're
Okay,
good. You're 100% correct from that standpoint. I agree with you. Yes.
yeah, so any money, right? It's this definition or attributes given by the physics and mathematics. I have
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
designed this.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
what is the money's attributes? Whatever fits in those seven attributes can be a money. So what
Correct.
are those seven attributes? First is scarcity. If scarcity means divisibility, because if you want to spread across 8 billion people, then it should be enough divisible, right? So scarcity comes with divisibility.
Not
Third is
necessarily, not necessarily, not necessarily, because scarcity is just a function of it. It's not necessarily a driver of it, right? Because if that was the case, then why do we have humans? Humans are infinite, man. So I don't agree with that notion specifically. And when you sit here and look at the precious metal space, they keep finding gold, they keep finding silver. Is it really precious? I don't think so. And we know for a fact that diamonds are not what they're worth, but yet people continuously get played by the market. So you see, it's a matter of society understanding, and when you don't have the information, that shit is not true, and that's why crypto exists again. This notion of scarcity is one of the biggest damagers of people's
so.
mentality.
Let me ask you this question: that right? If God has
Mm-hmm.
given you the formula of the gold, that this is negro, you can make this gold,
Mm-hmm.
right? Obviously, you would have tried making gold by yourself, right? And
100%.
selling
Yeah.
to the market, saying that this is gold, better gold than the
Mm-hmm.
God's gold. And
100%.
do you think that gold would have a value of $13 trillion when
Nah.
people are making gold?
Nah.
No.
No.
Remember that the
Mm-hmm.
salary word came from the salt. We as a human use the salt we eat as a money. Okay, why salt loses value? Because human found the formula how to make more salt using
Right.
an ocean water, right?
Right.
So and it lost value, and that's how we move from cow to sea salt to seashell. I mean salt to
Yeah.
seashell
Yeah.
to copper to silver to gold. Gold was the
Right.
last hardest money we found.
Mm-hmm.
Only it exists because of the scarcity, durability, portability, verifiability, fungibility, right? I mean, it was
Mm-hmm.
poor
Mm-hmm.
in some properties, and that's why we
I
had
think you know what. One thing I'll say is I think the reason humanity really stuck to gold is because it didn't get damaged with time. Its chemical
durability.
properties. Yeah, its chemical properties is really the winner in my opinion. That's just what I think. I don't think we can sit here and say gold is it. Gold is it because it's been it. But what happens if that paradigm changes because our world is changing? Like our world is
Exactly.
becoming digital. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I guess what I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. But I think that it's dangerous to presume that Bitcoin is going to be the standard when it has so many
No,
issues.
definitely 14 years is too early to say that, right? Gold is
Yeah,
5,000 years of history.
yeah, yeah,
Bitcoin
yeah,
is
yeah,
only 14 years, and
yeah, yeah,
some other cryptos are 2 months to 2 years to five
yeah,
years, right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
we cannot. I mean, you or me cannot agree that this is the cryptocurrency, but you have to look around and find that signal, and you have to understand the parameters, how
A
software
hundred
works and
percent.
how
Yep.
commodity works, and what are the how security works and what are the risks on the security or commodity,
The
and based
basics,
on
basically.
yeah, and that's how you can decide that which money is neutral here or which protocol is neutral here and which is coming into adoption, and that's where you can bet on, right?
Hundred
So
percent.
that's what I would like. I mean, I would like to, say that crypto definitely is the future, but remember that only one or two protocol will be in adoption. Rest of them are considered as a technology platform. If you are considering that there is second Bitcoin coming every day, I don't think so that's gonna work, and we
Yeah,
will ever succeed as a using as a store of value or medium of exchange or unit of account. It
yeah.
will utterly fail, right?
Hmm.
And
It
in a
has to.
protocol, you have to understand that this is not a software or something that, oh, I'm going to make another software. No, protocol works. When you find something decentralized secure protocol, you have to develop it vertically, right? You can't develop like TCP/IP. We found to run an internet to exchange the information. I mean, you can design, and people design better TCP/IP, but it's
Right.
too late. And because Netflix was not possible on TCP/IP, so you can't design TCP/IP. No, we
Right.
what we did, we vertically developed the protocol, and now Netflix is possible on the same TCP/IP protocol. Now,
Right.
if you come with the one protocol which is decentralized, let's say for Bitcoin, and if that is slow or that is not doing one more function, it doesn't mean that you design another one, because this is a money protocol, and you cannot coming with a money protocol every other day and thinking that people gonna start putting their wealth on it. It's a bullshit. It never works, because why I
Right.
will put on ABC token my $10,000 hard earned $10,000 into that by just coming just one day old. It's never gonna work, right?
Right.
So if you find some difficulty in one protocol, it's a software, you can always develop it vertically and resolve the problem. So that's how the software works, that's how the basics fundamental works.
Right.
But people got lost and a lot of basics missing. I came
Yeah.
the same way, but remember that this can only work if we agree on one code, and what do you call one code, and then we can. I mean, I'm losing my words. I'm losing my chain of thoughts. But then only
All
this
good.
can work.
Right.
Otherwise,
Right.
the whole thing cannot, because the scarcity goes away when you come with the 2 million tokens every day. It's never gonna work. So find that one protocol and get the signal. What nation states are adopting, what companies are adopting, what people are adopting, which is getting bigger in a value, that will be a leader. And if you think that the
I
next
mean
token
that
will be
stuff
the
that
leader,
stuff
I think
definitely
you are
takes
taking it wrong.
years. That stuff takes
Yeah.
years to play out though, and right,
Yeah.
like all this is still super early because what you're talking about is something that you would see in a century's time. It's going to take a little bit of time.
You have to think about the reality behind a system and how it works. What is its intent? And this is why I tell people, especially when talking about hex specifically, because people pretend to understand hex. They do not. They simply do not. Anybody that does not state that hex is an economic system does not understand hex. Flat out, period. End of story. That is not a debatable item. That is a fact. Why can I say that? Well, if you knew how it worked, well, then maybe we could have the conversation. A lot of people don't like to educate themselves. They just like to parrot things that they agree with. And we're not here for that. You can go to the pet store for that shit because you're never going to get that around here.
One more thing I want to clear on this, that people in a crypto space, a lot of people have a unit bias. So
Mm,
that unit bias is people are happy to buy Shiba Inu 10 million they're getting in a
100%.
$1,
Mm-hmm.
versus something they are getting 0.001 because it's too less for them.
Mm-hmm.
But that dreaming that this 10 million token goes to $1, I will be a multimillionaire.
For
But
sure.
remember that you don't do that shit when gold is the money and it's precious. You don't go buy and buy aluminum or iron, because it you get more worth of dollar. It doesn't that shit doesn't work like that,
Thank you for
right?
saying that. Thank you for saying that because I don't
Yeah.
know how people think it does.
No, people don't think that, right? They say, oh,
Yeah,
I bought Doge because I got 1 million Doge in $10.
for sure.
But I will not buy something precious because I only get 0.001. What I'm gonna do with that? Because they dream, like I have seen people or army of Shiba Inu. They are dreaming that Shiba Inu will go to $1. What the
Right.
shit? Like that's a $530 trillion.
Right.
So people put their brain out and they don't want to think, they just want to get rich and get the Lambo. That's
Yeah.
what the dream people are showing, right, in the crypto industry. And they say, oh, crypto.
But that's again why that why is important, right? Because people will step up to the table thinking that it's one thing. I mean, and Pulseformer is a great example, as he stated earlier, right? He came into Hex around 6 to 8 cents to make some money, and again, we're all here to make money because that's typically what brings people to crypto. I wasn't here because of that. I don't. I just found out about it because I was in the military or whatever, and that's what brought me to it. It wasn't. I didn't even really know it was money. I just knew it was some software, and that was really all I knew.
Yeah, so let me tell you, I everybody comes in a crypto space to make money from one
Sure.
thousand dollar turn into 10,000 or 10,000 to $1 million, right?
Hmm.
And people turn, but those are very few, hardly few people,
Oh, for sure.
you can count, right? Rest of
Hmm.
them lost the money.
Yep.
So, I came for the same reason. I lost in a crypto. I found Bitcoin, right? I'm proudly I can say that I'm a Bitcoin maxi, but I'm not telling that you blindly buy Bitcoin or get into Bitcoin
No,
because I
yeah,
said so.
yeah. You
Go
have
and
not
do your
stated
own
that, right?
research. If you like it, go buy it. Otherwise, you are good with your green
Whatever.
dollar, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you what I found, that this is a one human chance to get a freedom money or give a freedom money to your next generation. If we
Yeah.
do not do this as this generation, our next generation is completely screwed up, okay? Because they are gonna hired by nation states because they have the printer running, and obviously, when you have a printer, you can hire any damn resource, and if they raise their voice or something, they are gonna get poked, okay? They
Yep.
won't be able to raise their voice.
Nope.
So, and they
Say
will be
China's
slave
bad.
forever,
Huh.
right? If you
Eh,
if let if
oh, my bad. I was gonna say if you think China's bad, just wait.
Yeah, exactly. So, the next is CBDC. It's going to come with an expiry date, or they say, oh, you just, bought 3 times meat this week, so you cannot eat any more meat,
For
or you
sure.
travel, 4 times, this year, you cannot buy this. So, next step is CBDC to completely make you slave or control. And that's what, I am here in Bitcoin, right? I left even crypto to just give freedom to my next generation.
Right.
It's a revolution if you think underneath, right? Without fighting or going on the street, it's a revolution to take a control of our money. We create a value as 8 billion people in the society. You make the house, I make the shoes, somebody grow the food, right? Then why the hell
That's
we have
right.
to use somebody's money,
That's right.
which they control? Why can't we use our own money and exchange to each other, right?
That's
So
right.
that's what crypto is about, and only one gonna win. So just remember, just put all your chips on one, or whatever the percentage of chips you wanna put. Not all gonna win. All gonna go to zero against one that winner. And what is that you have to
So
find? I already gave you the hint, right?
let me
So
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You don't see a multi crypto world because I think so. Because
no, that doesn't work, Negro. And let me tell you why,
I don't
right?
see a world where people say, yeah, we're just gonna use this
Let
because
me tell you why.
it doesn't
How it's
work.
not.
It doesn't work today. Why would it work then? I don't agree. It does not work today. Why would people agree to do it again?
Okay, so it's gonna work like this, right? Let's say we imagine there are two crypto. One is Bitcoin and one is Ethereum, right? For
Doesn't Yeah,
example.
doesn't even matter. It could be anything.
Yeah, it
Because
can be anything, right? It can be Pulsechain or whatever it
doesn't
is.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Now, one clear, thing in Bitcoin, I can see that how many Bitcoin will be here in what day, what year, what minute. I can tell that. I don't know about other chain or other thing, right? I don't. As I said, it's not humanly possible for me to download each and every token or chain to understand it, right? So
Sure.
I'm only talking about Bitcoin.
Hmm.
Now, let's say I'm in El Salvador and we are building a furniture and we are productive society, and there is another side of the world where people are using all this different kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what is the inflation rate in that. So if they say, hey, take my pulse chain or take my ABC token and give me your furniture, shit that. I'm not going to accept that because I don't know what is the, inflation policy in that and who is controlling it, that unless
Right.
it is clear,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So that's how it's going to work. So if more and more
Hmm.
community adopting one currency, then you must have that. If you
Right. Right.
don't
Right.
have that, then nobody going to give you product and services, because end
Sure.
of the day, product and services you want, and that's why we need money. Otherwise we don't need money. Why you
Hmm.
hold money? Because
Sure.
you want to buy product and services in the future. And
Sure.
who creates that product and services? Us. So if you come up with your pulse chain and say, hey, Bit Warrior, here is my pulse chain and give me your, some fruits I want to eat.
Right.
I'm not going to take pulse chain
Hmm.
because I don't know what is that kind of money. But
Right.
oh, Bitcoin, I know that, it's a
Hmm.
digital gold, and I know it's only 21 million. and
Sure.
it can hold my value if I accept from you, because nobody can debase it, nobody can make more.
Sure.
But I don't have any idea about other tokens. I don't know what Ethereum is, how many tokens they are making, how many they are burning, and they are making the policy change in the monetary issuance.
Sure.
I don't have any idea, and that's why I don't trust. Like, I will better trust the federal government, those 12 people, rather than Vitalik Buterin, who is changing that policy every other day. Fuck that shit.
Right.
That's Vitalik's money.
Sure. I got you, brother. Thanks for your comments. So let me help you out here. Let me give you some facts. Number one, the government already controls Ethereum, so it's actually the same as Bitcoin. Number two, Bitcoin isn't even completed, so it's not even a reliable protocol that can actually be used on a international monetary basis. So that's problem number one with Bitcoin.
So no, Negro, I'm using this many years.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do
making...
with that? I can send you whatever the person. I mean,
No. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just laying out these little base cases, because this is why I'm trying to say, this is why I think it's going to be a multi crypto world, because I don't think it can be a single crypto world.
If you
I don't
understand
think so.
software very well, if you understand protocol, how it works, right? You are talking about two TCP/IP protocol and two internet. It never works. What we are here talking about, exchanging the value of information of value
Yeah, but
between 8
that's
billion
already
people.
yeah,
And you
but
are
that's already
talking that
happening, bro.
can't we have two internet so that we can exchange the information? I
We
don't
are-
think so. That will
we
work.
already have like 80 internets. The internet is like multi-layered. Like the internet is like a billion layers. You know what I'm saying? So we already got
It's a
100,000.
multi-layer, but it's vertically. It's not horizontally. Just to clear that out.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what layers mean. Layer means is going up, right? Other ways it would be like sideways. So it means going upstairs. So that's something that's important to understand, right?
Exactly.
So
And that's why, but that's why we have lightning layer and other layers on top of it, but it cannot have its own token.
Lightning isn't even on chain, bro. So let's not go there. But what's important to understand is that what's the problem today? The problem today is that everybody's relying on one currency to determine everything. Has that worked? No, it never does. And that's exactly why it's going to be a multi-crypto world. Everybody's going to say, nah, we're not going to do one coin. We're not going to do that, because guess what? That's what they're going to try to do. And if you don't know about WorldCoin, I suggest you go learn about that one. That's a rabbit hole I suggest you go down, because that's their goal, but it ain't the coin you think.
Obviously, Negro, they are trying, and everybody gonna come up with their own token, but at the end, the best money or best protocol will win, and it has to establish the history
But
and all
hold
this stuff.
hold on.
Okay.
I gotta ask you this: who is gonna determine that?
Free market.
But hold on. Where does that free market exist?
That 8 billion people, if I create a value, and let's say I serve let's say I have restaurant, right, and I serve the food to the people in local
I hear
community.
you. I hear
Yeah.
all that, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about, because at that point, that's the end of the story, right? Well, I'm not talking about the end of the story. What I'm asking is, how do we get there? Who's gonna say this is going to be the money we're going to use? Everybody has to say that. It's not going to be a government. It's not going to be a company. It's going to be a crowd. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. It's not going to be some government. It's not.
Exactly. You are right, Negro. And gold was picked by the people, right? Gold was not picked by the
I don't
government.
know. I wasn't there, so I don't actually know. I think people keep picking it because it's always been picked. That's what I think. I think people don't think.
Just to let you know, the monetary history side, any emerging
No.
right?
I know. Whoa. I know the history. We don't got to waste time on that. What I'm trying to tell you is that people don't think. That's why crypto exists now, because this is when it could be. Because nobody ever said let's do some other shit. Because gold has always been there, but everybody was like, nah, we're okay getting by using fiat. It's okay.
No, that's not true. Fiat got cheated in 1971. Everybody thought that our fiat is backed by, the paper money is backed by gold.
Hold on.
In 1971, they stopped that, right?
But exactly, and that's when everybody should have been like back to gold, but it didn't happen, and that's what I'm trying to help you understand.
But that's what I'm trying to say, that because people were so busy earning those paper money, thinking that it is backed by gold, and nobody raised a question that, hey, wait a minute, this cannot work, because if you can.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? People aren't paying attention. They're not thinking. That's what I'm trying to
Exactly, and
say.
that's what Bitcoin is removing that trust, because we trusted human that our paper money is backed by gold, and we introduced the trust in human society, and they broke that. While Bitcoin is removing that trust, right? You don't need to trust anybody when Bitcoin is in your possession. It's 100% pure, and you don't need to worry about anything, right? And you know that how many Bitcoin out there, and how much issuance on what duration out there, right? That's what it
Right.
is.
No, I get all that. I get all that. But my thing is who determines that that we as a society, like, so as you said, like, let's say I do go to a store or whatever, and somebody tries to tell me I got to use this coin. Well, the thing is that maybe we live in a world where that's not the case. Maybe we live in a world where you got options, because so far that's what a lot of
So
retailers are doing. You know that, like, they're not
let
just
me tell you
saying one
this,
coin
right?
or
So
two.
I went to Portugal last
Mm-hmm.
year, and I saw 100 stores, okay,
Mm-hmm.
around the tourist area that say we only accept Bitcoin,
Okay.
right? Now, if you go to El Salvador and buy a
Oh well,
McDonald's,
we
they
all
will
know El
say we only
Salvador.
accept Bitcoin,
Yeah,
right?
but we already know that about El Salvador,
Yeah.
because that, yeah,
So
yeah,
so
they picked that.
that's how people gonna, if you go to Switzerland, Lugano,
Hmm.
people gonna say that, oh, we only, I mean, if you go to the store, they will not buy any
So so
BNB token
so
or anything like
so
that. They
what's
say we only accept
happening?
Bitcoin.
So do you see what's happening? Is what I just said. What's happening already is that nation states are determining what crypto you use,
No,
and
I mean,
that's
it's not nation state. If nation states,
it is
say,
nation state. El Salvador was the first one.
no, I mean, no, but they pick the right thing, right? I mean, let's,
Nah. Oh,
no,
whoa,
no, no.
whoa,
Then why
whoa,
other
whoa,
nation states
whoa.
are?
I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you. Because now you're saying government isn't picking it when government picked it, bro. Yeah, that's what they did.
No, no, government picked it. I agree with you
All right.
definitely,
That's
right?
all.
Government,
Okay. Okay.
government picked it, right?
Yeah, that's
But
all.
then why other governments are not picking it, right?
Oh,
So
because they're waiting. They're gonna pick
let
something.
me tell you this, right? I'm an Indian, and right
Mhm.
now in India it is banned, or it's not. I mean, it's not clear, any
Yeah, it's
regular
like the
regulation,
U.S.
right?
It's
So,
like the
but let me
U.S.
tell you this: people are buying whatever crypto they believe in, right? Somebody is buying Bitcoin, somebody is buying Ethereum, somebody buying Shiba Inu. At the end, if majority of the population hold the Bitcoin, the government has to accept it, otherwise they're screwed, because people only hold Bitcoin, right? So that's how the free market works. If free market says in your country that only Shiba Inu will work, you have to pick Shiba Inu,
Right, right, right. No, I get that.